Diplodocus, meaning double beam, was a genus of sauropod dinosaurs that inhabited the arid plains of North America during the late Jurassic period. It was a gigantic animal that could reach 26 meters in length. A majority of its body length was made up of its long tail and neck. Diplodocus could also weigh up to 15 tons, which is the weight of 4 elephants. Diplodocus had 4 upright legs to support its vast bulk. The legs were built from enormous column-like bones that directed its weight straight down to the ground. Diplodocus was a plant eater that stripped the branches of ginkgo trees of leaves with its narrow peg-like teeth. Sauropods were unable to chew their food, which meant they had to swallow smooth pebble stones called gastroliths that helped to break down plant material in their gut. Fossilized footprints indicate Diplodocus lived in small herds which were constantly moving in search of new feeding grounds. During the mating season they would have scraped a semicircular trench in soft ground and laid several large eggs inside it. The eggs were covered up and left to hatch. A newly hatched Diplodocus would have weighed around 7 kilograms and would possibly have had to fend for itself for a few years before joining a herd of adults. Diplodocus had a brain that was only the size of a human fist. Its body was so long that it compensated by having a secondary nerve center in its lower back that was used to boost signals to the tail and back legs. Despite being an enormous animal, it was not invulnerable to attack by predatory theropods such as an Allosaurus. It could have defended itself with its whip-like tail and by taking cover in a herd. Old and sickly members would have been at greater risk of predation as they would not have been capable of keeping up with the herd. The earliest fossil remains of Diplodocus were found in Colorado in 1877, and a complete skeleton was discovered several years later. A gigantic 33-meter-long sauropod formerly known as Seismosaurus is now thought to have been a species of Diplodocus. Diplodocus was a member of the sauropod group of dinosaurs, which were herbivorous and generally long-necked dinosaurs that evolved during the late Triassic, perhaps from species similar to Plateosaurus from Triassic Europe. There were several subgroups of sauropods. Diplodocus belonged to the Diplodocid subgroup, which also included the famous Apatosaurus and Brontosaurus. Another group, the Brachiosaurids, included giraffe-like species such as Brachiosaurus. A third group were the Titanosaurs, which included behemoths such as Argentinosaurus, which lived during the Cretaceous period. Sauropods first evolved during the Triassic period, and they would go on to flourish until the end of the Cretaceous period. The Diplodocids were most diverse during the late Jurassic and early Cretaceous, with over 20 genera known from Europe, Africa, and the Americas. After this period they began to dwindle, perhaps being out-competed by the Titanosaurs.